Hello, everyone. In this training, I will show you on how to sell on groceries and what are the rules that you need to follow when selling groceries. So if you are a new seller, you are not allowed to sell groceries right away. But what you can do is after having a few sales, maybe after your first box arrive and you got a few sales, you can start applying to get ungated. So if you are in the main course, then you have free ungating course in the module, in one of the module. But if you don't have it, then you can have, so you can purchase my ungating course. It will be available for you. So what are the seller's requirements? So in order for you to be able to get ungated in groceries, the first thing is you need to be registered as a professional seller. So you need to have a professional seller plan. You must also meet the following seller performance target. So order defect rate is less than 1%, pre-fulfillment cancel rate is 2.5, less than 2.5%, late shipment rate is less than 4%. So you also must provide them with the acceptable documentation such as product invoice and other information they request about the product that you intend to sell. After you requested for approval, then they will contact you if needed with the additional information. Usually it's a very easy process. All you need to do is buy 10 pieces of a certain product or a particular ASIN, and you use the invoice to get ungated. So you are not required to have your own company website, but they say if you have one, it will be helpful for us to review it during the application process. But this one is actually not needed. Most of the time you get ungated instantly. So what are the expiration date rules? So the most important thing in selling groceries are rules for the expiration. So you are required to put an expiry date on all your products. So even if the shipping plan is not asking for an expiry date, still put an expiry date label on the product anyways. So because sometimes, as you notice, as you create shipping plan, it might be groceries and yet they're not asking for an expiration date. Even if that's the case, still put an expiration date on all your grocery items. So if you are packing for single pack, like meaning one piece of a product, make sure to put it near the FNSKU label, so at least it's easier for them to check it if they need to. And do not cover the original expiry date. So a lot of new sellers do this, but you are not allowed to cover the original expiry date. Put it beside it, or much better beside your FNSKU label. So for bundle, so for example, you have different expiry date of 3 pieces of, like, for example, a sauce, right? So you're going to bundle a 3-pack sauce, and each one have a different expiration date. So the expiration date that you need to put outside the packaging, that means outside the polybag, will going to be the earliest expiration date. So for example, one product is going to expire September, one is November, and one is December. Then the September one needs to be the expiry date outside the packaging. So each product needs to have an expiry date as well. So if it's polybag or bubble wrapped items, so if your product is polybag or bubble wrap, make sure to put the expiry date label on the outside packaging. So they need to see it. And the reason why I also put expiry date outside is simply because, for example, for glass especially, or something liquid, right? So we put it in a poly bag. The reason why I like to put outside the label and expiry date is because if in case, for example, the product get broken and it leaks, right? So at least all the information they need, it's still there. So the FNSKU label will gonna be dry, and also the expiry date. Then they would figure it out whose product is it really. Okay, so in terms of shelf life, okay, so they have a rule that you cannot send groceries that's like 90 days expiring days, like, so in terms of shelf life, so Amazon wants you to ship grocery items that's expiring above 30 days, 90 days. Okay. So it needs to be 3 months above. So for me, I think it's better for you to ship 5 to 6 months above. I usually want something like 6 months above. The reason for that is because if in case, so once it reached 3 months, they're going to send it back to you. So if you send a product that's expiring in 4 months, right? You only have a month to sell that product, and then they're going to put it in your unfulfillable already because it's not anymore, it's less than 90 days. So it's better for you to sell something like with better expiry dates. So at least you have some leeway on selling it. Like, for example, it didn't sell out in a month, at least you will have a chance to sell it before they put it into unfulfillable. So how about for supplements? So for supplement, the rules is, so if, for example, you have a container with 240 pieces of supplement, so that means the expiry date should be 240 days plus supposed to be 90 days. But as I've mentioned, at least 5 months, right? So 240 days plus 5 months should be the expiry date of the supplement that you're selling. So that's the main rules for expiration date. So another one that you need to know when selling groceries is the format on what you're going to use. So the rules is it should be 1/2 inches or 36 points, font and writing. And it needs to have this kind of format like month, day, then year, or month and year. So for example, you can say 06/16/2025, or you can say 06/2025. Okay, so the next thing that you need to know is that you can actually print this expiry label into the Avery label that we use for FNSKU labels. So I will give you a template like this, the one in the picture, a template that you can just edit out in order for you to be able to use this Avery label template. So then you can use this to stick it into all your products.